My best friend, his name was Dave, and Dave was interested in playing my horn because it was a Bach Stradivarius. It was the same model as his horn, but mine was 30 or 35 years old, and his was brand new. So we swapped horns. I couldn't believe how well that horn played compared to mine because they were the exact same model. He gave me my horn back and he said, "Man, your horn plays terrible." That's really what got me started thinking about the physics of how trumpets are designed. I really wanted to understand why these two instruments would play so different. The transition from playing on that old trumpet to where I am today really came from experiments. I took trumpets apart and then I saw how they were put together and I measured all the components as detailed as I could. The artistic side of building trumpet really comes down to really understanding how to do metal work, forming and fabrication with your hands, as well as machining, because on my side of things, I machine a lot of the parts, and then incorporating the final hand touches and all the artistic things within that.
I've gone through so many trumpets in my time over the last 20-some years, and I haven't really found the right horn. I mean, there was always something a little off about each one that I would have. And then the more I started to listen and to think about music on a more professional level, I started to think about my sound and how I wanted to be different.
Joshua, when he contacted me to have a trumpet built, he was looking for a specific type of sound, and for his music, he wanted something that really has a vocal type sound. So I built his trumpet to sound more like a beautiful, big, dark voice.
Over the next 6 months, we did a lot of coordinating as far as how I wanted to be built, and he gave me a lot of perspective because he has a very scientific and engineering point of view, as well as an amazing horn player too, so he's like the package deal.
Where science meets sound has kind of been our tagline for years, and we have a different approach to designing brass instruments, and that's really incorporating acoustics and modern technology into the design and building of trumpets.
When he was building my trumpet, he came up with a combination of two different a lead pipe and a bell, that when you put them together, they sound really, really dark. And when I played the horn, I thought, gosh, this almost sounds like a tuba, like a small tuba. And it was perfect. It was the perfect instrument. When you play trumpet, the most important thing is the sound. It kind of goes back to just being human. Like when my mom would call me for breakfast, I can hear her sound, like her tone. And so I think about that with the trumpet is when I play, how are people going to remember that versus how many notes did I play or how high did I play? It's more or less remembering the sound. I think traditionally in the past, trumpets are always known as this really high-pitched, loud, blaring instrument that can almost sound like tin foil. The horn itself, the way he built it, actually really supports the darker end of the spectrum. I said, give me the darkest you got, and I'll take it.
There are actually 81 pieces in the simplest trumpet that I build. So I fabricate and build almost every single piece. The magic really happens when we put all these parts together and find that everything fits perfect, and then I can put it in the soldering booth. And then the rest is soldering and cleaning it up. When it's all finished and I finally get to play it and test it out, yeah, it's a great feeling because so much time and energy has been put into building that one horn. Every one of them is different, so it's a lot of fun.
This horn particularly supports that individualism, and I think it really comes from his craftsmanship as well, that he's able to really listen to what the player wants. And him being a player as well, it's so easy for him to connect with the idea. His connection to the instrument itself makes it easy for him to understand me.
For me, playing trumpet, there's more of a connection there. When I perform like that, then I can express whatever's happening. So if I'm frustrated about something or really excited, I can just let all that out. And for me, it's just a personal experience. I think art is really nothing more than an expression of really what you're feeling and thinking and what you want to bring into the world.
Art is, I believe, the human voice or the human eye, or it embodies all the senses. And I think that that's what's beautiful about art, is that it's the true reflection. It's the true history book.
I probably play about 2 hours a day, and I probably play in 15 to 30-minute sessions just in between building trumpets. So it's a great feeling, and I would encourage anyone to take up music.